Hello, welcome to Let's Break Down Plastic with the University of Toronto Trash Team. We are a team of students, researchers, and volunteers on a mission to increase waste literacy and reduce plastic pollution. My name is Hayley, and I study plastic waste in oceans and lakes. Today, we're going to explore bioplastics. What exactly are they, and can they become a solution for plastic pollution? Let's find out. In our video, The Life of Plastic, we shared that traditional plastic is used in many sectors and is made from the non-renewable resource oil. But plastic is not treated as the valuable material that it is, and every year, 95% of plastic packaging is thrown away after only one use, with most ending up in the environment or in landfills. Bioplastics are often highlighted as a solution to reduce the amount of plastic in the environment. But what exactly does this term mean? You often hear of bioplastics as being a type of bio-based material, but this is just one example. Bioplastics are really an umbrella term referring to a variety of plastic materials with differing properties and applications. And then there's the expectation that they have the same desirable qualities as their petroleum-based counterparts, cheap, lightweight, and durable, but with the added benefit of being safer and more natural. Let's explore the three main categories of bioplastics: biodegradable, bio-based, and compostable. These terms are not mutually exclusive, and a bioplastic can fall under more than one category. Biodegradable plastics are designed to be easily broken down by microscopic bacteria in the environment, and then returned to nature in a reasonable time frame. Bio-based plastics are made from non-petroleum-based materials, such as agricultural crops and wood pulp. And compostable plastics are designed to degrade under very specific conditions, using temperature and light, and leave no toxic end products. However, expectations can differ from reality, and unfortunately, bioplastics can be just as persistent and toxic when littered in the environment. Several studies found that commercially available biodegradable plastics failed to meet biodegradation standards and did not degrade within the time they were supposed to. And while bio-based plastics are made from plant materials, they can be just as long-lasting in the environment as conventional plastics. Finally, compostable plastics need special facilities to degrade. So if a city does not have this available, then the material will just go to the landfill. If it is littered, it will remain in the environment just like traditional plastics. So, the evidence that bioplastics are more environmentally friendly than conventional plastics is complex, and not always as green as one may hope. But let's take a closer look. Biodegradable plastics can help reduce the impact of plastic on the environment, and bio-based plastics can help reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. However, for this to occur, we need the materials to 1. Degrade safely, 2. In a meaningful time frame to reduce any toxicity, and 3. We need accessible facilities to treat this plastic as waste. Globally, there is a lack of infrastructure for managing bioplastics, and many cities do not have the proper facilities for handling compostable or biodegradable materials. A survey of U.S. composting facilities found that only 1% accepted compostable plastic products. When biodegradable plastics are not properly disposed of, they often end up in landfills, contributing to the uncontrolled release of greenhouse gases, or they become litter. In addition, the growth of crops for bio-based plastics has historically led to deforestation, displacement of populations, and environmental degradation. As such, when making materials from crops, we need to be mindful of conservation trade-offs related to land use, biodiversity, and food security. A final drawback is that bioplastics perpetuate the linear economy mindset and follow the take, make, waste approach. This economic model lacks circularity and ultimately means that the value of plastic is not retained in our economy, and that single-use plastics continue to fill up our landfills or escape into the environment. There's also confusion around the term bioplastics, which can lead to greenwashing with misleading product claims that don't match their reality. In summary, bioplastics are not an ultimate solution to plastic pollution, but in some contexts there is potential. For example, if bio-based plastics made from plant materials are used, their life cycle could be more sustainable than that of conventional plastics. And if biodegradable or compostable plastics are used, we can work to make sure that the material actually degrades in a clean and sustainable manner, and that an applicable facility is widely available. So what can we do to use bioplastics appropriately in our everyday lives? Well, we can do our best to pay attention to the labels on the products we buy, and we can contact companies directly to ask about their products. And we can find out whether our local recycling or compost facilities accept bioplastics. In Toronto, we can use the Waste Wizard to discover how to properly dispose of our items. As you can see, items labeled as biodegradable or compostable are not accepted in recycling or compost, and instead go straight to the landfill. As we move forward, there are also some systemic changes that could help clear up the confusion. Companies could clearly label their products with the materials used and how they can be properly disposed. As well, consumers, companies, and governments can work together to create more sustainable products which focus on a circular economy. And we are moving in the right direction. The 5 Jars Institute tested some products on the market, like starch packing peanuts and baby wipes, and they held up to their claims of successfully degrading in the environment. We hope to see more transparent messaging around bioplastics and an emphasis on keeping resources in the system for as long as possible. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit more about bioplastics. So how can you be part of reducing plastic pollution? Visit our website for tips and check the resources in the description box. And please, if you have any questions or comments about plastics, leave them in the comments. We'd really love to hear from you.